What's up, guys? Brian Wilson here, Força Martial Arts Academy owner, black belt, Renaissance person, whatever you want to call me. I got a lot of stuff I like to do, using everything I've learned putting myself out there in sort of a message format, like what I'm doing with this vlog, podcasting, is something I definitely enjoy doing. Wanted to basically give you some advice here, and this is some advice that I probably give every one of my martial arts students, whether they're just thinking about, like I say, it's a new student thinking about coming to class, or let's say it's somebody thinking about competing, or somebody thinking about coming to an event, their first seminar, or maybe a promotional event, or doing a testing. People get scared. That is, I think, the number one thing that stops people from coming into the gym, is that they are scared to basically get put on Front Street. Like, they don't want to put themselves out there in that way. This is, I think, some people you would use the word like introverted, but it's really just, in my view, sort of like a paralysis to act that a lot of people share, right? Some people will go to a gym by themselves and work out, and some people they don't work under that model well at all, right? It's one thing like we've kind of observed here is, like, we have classes where you work with a partner and classes where you don't, and that's something we've observed as a big thing for catering to some of our members that are nervous about coming in. But the biggest piece of advice that I try and give to people, because this is what I've done since I was like a little boy, and I'll start with my very first occurrence that I can remember of doing it scared. That's what I tell people: do it scared. I actually saw like a meme or a GIF or something one time that was like, hey man, you know, you're gonna come across stuff in life that scares you, do it anyway, right? But that's one of my sort of personal philosophies I picked up, is like my first occurrence of doing it scared was like, I am not a fan of water. Like, my wife will tell you, like, I'm just not. I've been to the lake tons of times, grew up swimming. I do like to go canoeing, okay? I will say that. I like to go boating. But even when I was a kid swimming, like, I did it, it was fun, but it was more like a social activity for me. I would go to the pool to see my friends or whatever. And, but like jumping off the diving board, like, not only am I afraid of water, I'm afraid of heights. So like, I jump off the high dive, and I did it like half a dozen times. I remember one time I did it like 3 times in a row, and I can't remember if I did it more that day or like more later that week, and I was like, well, I did. I was scared of it, but I did it anyway. I did it scared, right? So somebody has left their watch in here somewhere, and an alarm is going off, and we don't know who's watching this. So, but moral of the story, do it scared, all right? Doesn't matter what it is. I think that you got to reason that, like, you don't want to just often like do things and be reckless. I think that kind of goes without saying, but in doing it scared, like, think about something that when you confront yourself with the idea of doing something, does it scare you, and why, right? Maybe that's a fear of public speaking. Maybe that's a fear of being in front of people. Maybe that's a fear of talking to people. Maybe that's a fear of failure, right? And these are all fears that I've had, but they definitely didn't keep me from putting myself out there, right? Put yourself out there, you might fail, but I bet that you become a better person throughout the process, right? So think about some of that. Sometimes you just gotta do it scared, right? So let's challenge everybody like on somewhat of a quest to becoming more self-aware, is to ask yourself what you're scared of. And then within good reason, see what you can do to fix it, right? There's things that all of us can do, all of us can work on, right? I'm always trying right now to, the biggest thing I'm trying to do that I feel like I could be better at is just like straight up leadership, right? Leading by example, yes, but just like leadership is a very difficult role. Like, no leader, I don't feel like, unless they're super egotistical and less of a leader, so to speak, wants to lead, right? It's certainly been the case with me over the years. Like, kept me from opening a martial arts school for a long time. It's like I didn't want to be in that role, but I love teaching, and you know, to me, teaching is a leadership role, and you know, I frequently rely on others in my leadership, right? And I think that surrounding yourself with the right combination of people is key. My wife Cora is such a great help in what we do here. Like, she is like literally the other piece of the puzzle. Like, but just like closing thought or two, I think that, you know, another sort of footnote, somebody you might get into that says this, and it's kind of the same philosophy, is like, you know, like I tell Cora frequently, like when it comes to leadership, when it comes to really anything, we really complement each other. It's almost like opposites attract, in that like my strengths are her weaknesses and vice versa, for lack of a better way to put it. Because like together we are both, you know, super strong, right? But you know, she has some qualities that she's just so good at that I don't. And so like, since I've surrounded myself with her, and we have surrounded ourselves with others that can kind of help us carry the platform of what we're doing to our community and people around us, is that we choose to do things scared, even though we might fail, even though, you know, things might not go the way we want, but we also choose to double, triple down on our strengths instead of focus on our weaknesses. And I think that focusing on your weaknesses is about kind of what I'm talking about too. That's kind of a adage I got from Gary Vaynerchuk. Look into that guy if you haven't ever listened to him. But don't hyper focus on your failures. Don't hyper focus on your negative strengths, or your negative abilities, whatever you want to call them. Like focus on things that you're good at, and go from there, right? Like maybe you're good at making people laugh, right? So start telling more jokes. Put yourself out there. Make a podcast. I don't know. Like, there's so many things you could do. It's 2018. If you're watching this video right now, it's about to be 2019 though. All right. But guys, I'm on Christmas break right now. Professor, got a lot of stuff that I'm pulling together here in the gym and at my office and in my Life Unraveled podcast studio. I've been remodeling that studio for several weeks now, and I just got one of the last pieces. I've been waiting like 2 months to get in, and I'm very excited about that. So keep posted for updates. It is my plan for the middle of January, 1st of January, to really start rolling out a lot of content with our vlog. We're still posting videos on YouTube, but we're just staying after it, guys, trying to spread the message of what we're doing down here. So subscribe to our channel, give us a share. You can hit the notifications button and get notified when we make an upload. And if you like the content we're putting out, whether it's technique videos or talks like this, go ahead and subscribe, and subscribe to the notifications. That way you know when we put something new out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more updates. I've got half a dozen vlogs or so that I'm going to be posting before I go back to school and start teaching next semester. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate it.